Today we are going to be unboxing a ton of super strange fish. Every single strange sea creature that I could find at the store, I bought and brought back for none other than the new Fish Guy Chris Tank Room. Let's go. Let's unbox. Haven't done one of these in quite some time, and the store actually had some sick stuff. Let's start unboxing and seeing what I got. Now, I got an absolute ton of stuff at the store. I actually went to 2 different fish stores to see what kind of weird stuff they had. We haven't done a strange fish unboxing in months. We've been focused on the backyard native pond series, which was awesome for a couple months. We didn't do any buying videos. We were solely focused on the backyard native pond, which was so freaking cool. That was awesome. If you guys haven't seen that series, go back. I have a whole playlist of the native pond. Go watch that entire series. It was a blast filming. We did some awesome stuff, caught some cool fish for that pond, so go check that out. But we are back. The last time we did a strange unboxing, I don't know, we always get some crazy stuff when we try to point out the weirdest fish at the store and we buy them. It is always so much fun. So we're gonna be doing this series till the end of time. You guys love it. I love getting the weird, creepy stuff. And now that we're setting up my big saltwater tank in the tank room, it's perfect time to add some weird stuff to this tank. Maybe we'll make this the creepy tank. I don't know. But I went around and I found the coolest stuff at the store. So there's definitely things that are strange about everything I got today, but the one I got, I'm saving for the end, is insane. I've never seen one this big. It is so freaking cool. You guys are gonna love it. He's gonna be the king of the tank. I am so pumped for you guys to see it. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it's definitely one of my favorite videos, doing this, going to buy some cool stuff. Well, like I said, we haven't done one of these in a while. Now, we're gonna be getting a ton of fish as the weeks go on. We're gonna do a lot of buying videos because we have a whole tank room to stock, and we're gonna be bringing back the saltwater mini pond for the backyard. So we're gonna bring in a bunch of ponds back that we gotta get fish for. So the next couple weeks, months is gonna be epic. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna try to find the coolest, most oddball stuff we can find to put in our tank room and in our ponds. I'm talking octopus, mantis shrimp, stuff like that. I want weird, crazy, wacky stuff for you guys to always want to come back to the channel and check out. So we're gonna try to find, if you guys have any recommendations, DM me on Instagram, send me some weird links of some crazy looking fish, or you know, one of those hairy anglerfish. I want that so bad. So feel free, DM me, give me some suggestions. Write your suggestions down in the comments of what you guys want to see. I'm gonna make it happen. I definitely want some crazy octopus, something like that. So let's unbox our strange fish for today's tank room epic video. Let's go. We've got some buckets and we've got 6 different sea creatures we're gonna be adding to this tank. So I went to the store, like I mentioned, and I just looked around for the weirdest stuff I could find. A lot of times the stores, you know, they only have normal looking fish, so you really gotta find what's something that we don't see every time we go. What's something that's weird? What's something that's, you know, gonna spice up the tank? And it's always great when you find something really, really crazy. Sometimes we walk out of there with some crazy stuff you guys have seen in the past. Now, I am pumped about this tank stocking, but I'm also pumped that I got a nice head of hair. This was my hair before, then I started keeps, and now I got a nice head of hair and my hair is back. I started noticing my hair loss about a year ago at the gym. My wife actually pointed it out to me, and it was a shocking experience. That's a scary photo. So I turned to Keeps, and they have absolutely hit a home run with my hair loss, and I'm looking as luscious as ever. Keeps is super convenient. You can get professional level hair care at the comfort of your own home. I love it because it's just a couple steps. It's not like 30,000 products where you got to do a little bit of this and a little of that. No, they make it super simple for you. They offer 3, 6, and 12-month plans to make it super easy. You can set it and forget it and just stay on your routine, and that hair comes back. If you start now, most men will see results within 6 months, just like I did. It's all about taking action. You do not want to wait until it's too far gone. As soon as you notice signs, you got to get on a routine. And do not be ashamed about it. Fish Guy Chris, he actually takes pride in this photo right here. Okay? Because if I went down the wrong path, I think I'd be FGC, Bald Fish Guy Chris. But thankfully, I'm not. I got a nice head of hair. So I want to thank Keeps for sponsoring today's video and for the free product. Head to keeps.com/fishguychris to get a special offer. You can also scan this QR code right here to claim your offer as well. So click the link in the description, keeps.com. Keeps is the best. You are goated. Get your hair back. Now let's jump into this unboxing. So let's jump right into it and see sea creature number 1, which is not the craziest guy in the world, but he's a perfect ad for the tank. This guy is a little sharp-nosed pufferfish. They're super cool. They won't get as big as pufferfish, but they're kind of like the same thing as a puffer. They're predators. They eat, you know, little shrimp. They'll eat little fish. They chase around some stuff, attack it, eat it like animals. And this guy will just get a little bit bigger. He won't get as giant of a fish as like a giant, you know, golden pufferfish or something, but still really cool. He's got some good colors on him, and he's gonna look great for the first addition to this tank. Besides our 2 horseshoe crabs that we found and actually put in here, that were put them back in here because they were in here the whole time. But we got 2 horseshoe crabs in here. Now we're starting off with a nice sharp nose puffer fish for the tank. Let's go ahead and get this guy in there. Let's get this dude in the pond. Look at it, he's got some really nice purple coloring on the tail. Actually really sick purple coloring on the tail there. Insane, and he's talking to us. So let's get him in there quick before he puffs up like a balloon here. Really good colors on this thing, actually. Like, he's got a bright purple tail. That is sick. All right, buddy, here we go. Blew his air out, there we go. Our first addition to the tank, the little puffer, the little tiny sharp nose puffer. What a beast. I think he enjoys it in here. So I didn't even notice before, he has like a bright purple tail, really cool like yellow stripes on the back of his tail as well. And this dude's tiny. So the whole goal of this tank is to actually just get a bunch of tiny predators for it and then grow them out slowly that we can eventually move to a pond. So that's the goal for this tank. So some puffers, some snappers, some groupers, some stingrays, some sharks. Then we're starting it off with a nice little sharp nose puffer who's gonna do great when it comes to when we put some crabs in here or little shrimps, he's gonna go to town on them. He's gonna love them. So first edition, the little sharp nose puffer. Now, not only did we get fish, we also got some invertebrates. This guy right here for sea creature number 2 is really cool. This is your standard arrow crab, but it's not your standard arrow crab. This is called a designer arrow crab, I believe it was. Designer or something like that. This guy is much weirder than an arrow crab. He's got the same kind of body shape. He's got those same weird long, daddy long legs type deal, but his coloring is super crazy. His head is crazy, and his big claws in the front of his body are little short ones versus those big arrow crabs we usually get with the really long claws. This guy is super cool, and he's much different than an arrow crab. So really weird, honestly, one of the weirdest little invertebrates we could find here. An arrow crab is like an alien to me. I don't even know how those things exist, how they came to be in this world. They are literally sticks, but this guy is a next generation arrow crab right here. So this guy's really cool, really weird. He's gonna do great along these rocks here. He's gonna cover this whole ground, really clean up those scraps that we throw in this tank. He's gonna be great for this tank. So let's go ahead and get him in. Let's get this dude in the tank as well. This guy is so creepy looking and weird. I mean, what I said before, the top of his head is like ridiculous, bro. Absolutely ridiculous. He's got one big claw that he doesn't use. That's what I'm always confused about the arrow crabs. They never attack me. They never fight back. They never attack me. They just like to chill. They're the chillest crabs in the history of crabs. So we're gonna try to get this guy down, float him down onto one of these rocks here. If he wants to leave my hand, there he goes. There he goes, down to the bottom. Let's go, let's see where he's gonna end up. So once again, like I said, this crab has been pretty chill. He does not move very often. He just sits there. So we got a crab issue on our hand where he's just absolutely chilling. I think he's in shock that he's in this amazing tank. And he is making his way slowly into the cave, into the rocks. As soon as he touches one of those rocks, he's gonna climb right up it. So looks like that's where he's headed. Really cool, weird looking crab, I'm telling you guys. The arrow crabs, this is a designer arrow crab. So he's even weirder than a regular arrow crab. Interesting crab, and that's what we like to see. We like the interesting stuff. There we go, our first real invertebrate in this tank besides our horseshoe crabs. Can't talk bad about those guys. Let's get into our next bucket. Now, honestly, these guys are pretty chill, but I had to get them because they were so big. These two things right here are giant snails. They were only $4 each, I think. They're huge, they're monsters. I've never seen snails like this. This one's gonna be quick because it's not a fish or an invertebrate, it's just a snail, but they are massive, and I'm sure they're gonna put in some serious algae work in the tank here. So honestly, a perfect addition for the tank. Really weird looking, just massive giant snails. Pretty weird. You gotta love a giant snail. I mean, this thing's almost as big as my palm. I can hold this thing in my palm and it takes over the whole thing. Absolutely insane. These snails are massive, they're giants. We're getting them in here. Let's see them crawl around, see where they end up at the end of this video. So look at how weird these guys are. I just wanna show you guys this thing on the top of their like sucker thing. They put this out, this is a hard piece of shell. So they can tuck back in entirely if something's eating at them. This one's coming out a little bit, but like right here, if something's like if a wrasse is eating at them, they can pull this thing back and completely defend themselves. But if nothing's messing with them, they start coming out like that, which is just so weird. So weird. I had to get these guys. I know there's nothing crazy, but look at these snails. These are some creepy, crazy looking snails right here. I mean, I had to get these dudes. That is some strange stuff. I've never seen them that big. When I do these videos, I want to get stuff that I've never seen, really, and I've never seen snails this big before. They're giants. Let's see what happens if we stick one to the glass here. If we put him like that, let's see if he wants to come out and get on that glass there. This one looks like he wants to. Actually, we're gonna do this guy first. Right on the glass. That one's right on the glass. Come on, buddy. Here comes this one. Are those his eyes? That thing is so weird. Oh my God, look at his freaking eyes. Come on, bro, stick there. Don't fall. This guy does not feel very sturdy. It's like he's not even trying. He's gonna fall. Stay. Okay, that one fell. Okay, so he'll flip himself over, but look at this guy. He's hanging on strong. Let's go. The 2 giant snails in the pond. They're creepy. They look really weird, but hey, they're gonna do great algae work. These are my algae guys. Let's get into sea creature number 4. We do have another fish coming up, and the main star of the show right here. This guy is gonna blow your brains out. This little middle bucket here. This guy is massive. Biggest one I've ever seen. So I'm excited to get this guy in here. He's the ultimate predator. But we got to move on to another weird looking invertebrate that you guys always love when I get these guys. And I don't see them too often in the store. I always usually see regular like chocolate chip stars. This guy, a serpent star, practically an octopus. These guys pretty much use their tentacles like octopus. They fly around the tank like crazy. They're so fast. You never think of starfish as being fast, but these guys got wheels. They are speed demons, creepy crawlers. This is the octopus version of a starfish. Those legs are giant and he will grip onto anything. If I hold him on my hand, he wraps all around it, moves all up and down my arm. Really insane. Even when I put him in the bucket, he started going in circles lightning fast. Pretty much like that thing is an octopus. So he was going crazy in the bucket, moving around all over the place. Once he settled down, he kind of, you know, was back to his starfish self. But I'm sure when we put him in the tank, he's gonna go absolutely nuts in here because these things, it's a glorified, that thing is an octopus starfish. That's what I'm gonna call it, because it is absolutely such a weird thing to hold. So creepy, wraps around your hand, insane. Love these guys. Let's get him in the tank. Here goes our next sea creature. This guy is wild looking. This guy is the creepy serpent star, AKA the octopus starfish. That's what I like to call him. So let's drop this guy in, and he's super weird. He's gonna find his balance relatively quickly, or his job in the tank relatively quickly. Look how fast he's moving already to the rocks. I'm telling you, these things do not mess around. They're not like normal starfish where it takes them forever to do anything. These guys are on a mission. They're absolutely on a mission to cruise, to ride around the tank, and he's already finding a nice little spot. Also, the thing that I noticed about these guys is I used to have one in the pond, like one of my mini ponds outside. When I would drop shrimp in here, he would crawl out of the rocks like an octopus to actually take it and eat it. Like, these guys are predator starfish. He found himself a nice little cave here. I don't know why he's going in that hole inside of that rock. It's really interesting. So maybe we'll find a spot to hang out, and I guarantee when I drop shrimp in here, this guy is gonna come out from the rocks and eat it like he's a predator. This is a predator starfish right here at its finest. Really great addition. I love getting those guys. They are really weird starfish, but you always gotta have one for the tank. You're telling me this is not an octopus right here? He is going fully through this tiny little crack in the rock. That thing is an octopus. I've never seen that before. I have never seen that before. He has wedged himself inside of this rock. Why would you do that, bro? You have all this open area to the right of you. Get out of that rock. Maybe he's just shy. Maybe he's just shy. Let's get on to our next sea creature. See where that guy ends up. Now, our next fish is one that I've never heard of, never seen before. And that's the reason why I got him, because I've never seen this guy before. Really weird. He's almost paper thin. So this right here is called a leatherjacket, a Rhino leatherjacket filefish. This guy is crazy. I've never seen something like this. He literally is as skinny as a piece of paper, looks like a pencil, and he swims kind of like up and down in a way that's up and down. So this guy is a filefish. Once again, just like the little sharpnose puffer, he'll eat little shrimp, he'll eat little fish, he'll go after them. So we're starting our nice little predator-ish tank here with some smaller dudes just to get everything going. That's before we add, can we add our cool stuff in here, our big stingrays, our sharks, our groupers. Before we add that, we gotta get the tank going with some smaller fish. So that's exactly what we're doing with this Rhino leatherjacket filefish. Really weird fish, honestly, super weird, and that's why I got him today. So let's get this guy for sea creature number 5 in the tank. Now this guy's got serious spunk. We got our filefish. You can see the thing on top of his head. He's hiding it right now, but he's got, look right there, boom! Head, really cool. Let's get him in, because I'm sure he's gonna be stoked to go around his puffer friend here. Let's get this guy in the tank. He's in. Look at that thing. That thing's cool, dude. That's why I got him. I've never seen this guy before, and he is paper thin. Paper thin. Really white. He's got a nice yellow stripe down the center of him and kind of like a brown one on the top. But he is going to the back of the tank to hide, I think, right now. And now he's going to the back of the tank to hide. But that is a sick fish. He's gonna chill by these rocks. It's a great first addition. Our 2 fish in here are really just a small portion of the tank. So we're getting the small guys out of the way first before we can, we gotta start the tank somewhere. We gotta start the tank with some smaller ish fish, some more chill guys, because we don't want to just start the tank immediately with some bigger groupers. We got to slowly grow them out. So we got our little Rhino leather jacket file fish locked and loaded in the tank. And you know what? It's a good start. The tank's coming along. Now it's grand finale time. This dude is a beast. Are you guys ready for this? This is the biggest one I've ever seen. We've had these guys before, but not this size. This dude is a monster, an absolute beast of a purple lobster. This guy is massive. The biggest one I've ever seen in my life. I actually end up picking him up in this footage. You guys will see. I pick him up. I was so scared to grab him because I thought he was gonna get me, but he was actually really chill. He walks around the bucket like crazy, just kind of like the serpent starfish, just going in circles. But when we put him in this tank, this guy is gonna be the king of the tank. This purple lobster is a predator. He will attack. He will eat anything he can grab. So we got to definitely keep an eye on him, and hopefully we can actually feed him, maybe with some tongs, some live fish. That would be really, really cool. So he's gonna find a nice little spot in this tank, I'm sure underneath a rock, and absolutely chill in there. This guy's got some insane colors. That purple and orange absolutely pops. A giant purple lobster from the tank. And honestly, he's got some hair on him. This dude is a hairy purple lobster. I've never seen one the size of this. Most of them that I get are maybe a third of his size. This guy's absolutely huge. He's like a giant crawfish. He's a massive, absolute beast of a monster, and I cannot wait to see this guy in the tank. So let's get him in and just see how good he looks. He's gonna be the king of the rock structure. I'm pumped about this dude. Let's get him in. Now our grand finale here, I'm really worried. I don't know if I should hold this guy or if I should use a net, because I already held him and he kind of freaks me out. So we're gonna use a net actually. We're gonna use a nice big old net here, because when I first put him in, or when I first was holding him, it's scary. Like, you guys don't understand how big this thing is. This thing is a monster. A monster. Like, he will be the biggest thing in this tank for a long time before we get something really big. So gotta scoot him in. And look at that, look at the back of him there. That is just insane. Look at the size. He's my whole finger. He's huge, guys. Like, that is I could break this tail off right now and eat a literal lobster tail. Like a good piece of lobster, like a solid piece. So, whoa, Buddy just got himself in the tank. He's out. Buddy just put himself in the tank. That is insane. Look at the size of that lobster. That thing is crazy looking, dude. I absolutely love him. I absolutely love him. We have our lobster, our giant purple lobster in the tank, looking as good as ever. I told you guys, this thing's huge. And we're gonna wait to see if he wants to like find himself a rock here. I don't know if you guys can see him back there with the GoPro, but he is way in the back. The tank is a little bit cloudy because I just added some more salt to get the salinity up just a little bit more. So it might be a little bit cloudy, but he is in the back there, absolutely chilling. That might be where he is gonna reside, but you never know. Once we turn the lights off, let him do his thing for like a couple days, he should find a really nice spot where he wants to hang out. But this dude is wild. I'm super pumped that we got him for the tank. This is gonna be the king of the rock structure for sure. He's an absolute beast. He's a unit. He looks he's a little frisky. He's definitely a little frisky. So he's in the back of the tank, which is kind of a bummer. I kind of wanted him to find a spot in the front. So maybe as the days go on, he'll find a nice spot in the front of the tank. But man, that guy is a absolute beast. He's huge. He's absolutely huge. Drop a name for him down in the comments. We need a name for our lobster down in the comments. So anything that is like a really standout thing that I get for the tank, we need a name for it, and he is gonna need a name. So spam some comments down below in the comment section. We need a name for our giant purple lobster. It's the biggest one I've ever put in a tank or a pond. He's absolutely huge. So drop those names down in the comments. Well, there you have it, guys. Our strange sea creature stocking for the big 125. We're gonna do many more of these in the future. We're gonna do another one for the mini pond outside. We're gonna get some weird stuff. Anytime I can really find some crazy, creepy, strange looking stuff at the store, I'm gonna bring it to you and show it to you guys. So let me know what you guys think we should name the lobster down in the comments. He's got absolute beast, so we're definitely gonna have a name for him. He's gonna be the king of the rock structure, like I said. So thank you guys so much for watching. Epic stocking today, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.